the listening power. It is actually a pratyahara practice, we call it, sensory withdrawal. And, sort of mastering ourself, mastering our mind, our consciousness, or focus in such a way that we only pay attention to what we need to. It's almost, there is, if you look around you, around me, wherever we are, there is always so many sounds, so many pictures, so many things going on, back in background. You all have the phrase, you all have all sorts of electric devices, and all sorts of noises are there. Even the ticking noise of your clock, you don't hear it all the time. And when you're trying to relax or trying to do something, suddenly that gets louder. So this ability to listen and follow, ability to pay attention to something and experience it is quite a practice to do in life. And another meditation practice I kind of like to recommend you all, really. Whenever you are out and about, either you walking around the woods, or you are going past a river, or you are on a beach, or you're just sitting in your garden and you're seeing all these beautiful little butterflies floating around, the flies, the bees, and all sorts of little creatures. Just go out and be with whatever you are in your natural surrounding. Pay attention to them, but try to experience and not judge it. Try to experience them in such a way beyond our liking and disliking. Do I like the color of the butterfly? Do I like the flower she is sitting on? Do I like she is going away from me or coming back to me? Moving away from that disliking and liking. Or maybe when you're trying to meditate and there is one fly into the whole universe, and that has to come right by your ear. So actually, now and then, is pay attention to that, but try not to get caught up into I like it or I don't like it. It's actually distracting my practice, or it's helping my practice. Now and then I put my hands on my heart and sort of really give myself a few minutes to listen the heartbeats. And then can we listen the heartbeats, but without judging them, without creating a reason? Our mental conditioning, you see, we all are living in, for whatever the reason, the purpose is, we all have been conditioned to judge everything. We have conditioned to rationalize everything. And remember that the rationalization of our experience, what we call perception, is limited to our sensory cognition. And to experience something in a true perspective beyond our material or sensory cognition, we have to let go of that judgment. We have to let go of that reason. So coming out of that constant reasoning, constant judgment, and whatever you're doing, whatever you're looking, even if you're reading a book, can you read a paragraph without trying to analyze, trying to judge it? In beginning, it might be a little difficult. I know even though whenever we're doing things, we tend to do like that anyway. We tend to pay attention to everything else other than what we need to pay attention to. So this practice is actually paying attention to your own focus point, whatever you're doing or whichever element you are in, and letting go of that judgment of liking, disliking, expectations, how it should go, how it should not go. And I guess I began this practice was given to me by one of the Vedic guru, the Vedic sadhu up in the Himalayan mountains. And in the beginning, I used to think what is it? Because you sort of think I actually watch things anyway. If I'm sitting out on top of the mountain and there is a mist going on, and there is the wind is blowing onto the leaves of the trees, and you're experiencing it. But actually, once I managed to tap between my cognition and the role my mind was playing there of the liking and disliking. It would be nice to be this way. It would be nice to have this color. It would have been nice if this, sort of up on top of mountains. Some of the thoughts I can share, oh, it would have been nice if you was a mango tree. I'm loving watching it, but also at some point I can go and pick the mango and eat it. So actually letting go of those ideas, those thought patterns we create around things. So this oral tradition we used to have, from the tongue to the ear. So the teacher is talking and the student is listening. It's quite a practice. And when we come to in our therapeutic sense of the yogic counseling, you see one of the element is when we think of the relationship we have in relationships, developing that ability to speak, but also developing the ability to listen. It's actually when your partner is talking, when your friend is talking, you just hold still and you listen that person talking, and then that person should stop talking and be quiet and listen. It's not like what we lots of people do. We like to just talk something, I'm really terrible with that. I like to talk. So when I begin to talk, I just talk. So stepping out of that to also develop the ability to listen. And to me, that was the outcome, the most beautiful fruit I got out of that practice, that I can speak when I need to, but if I need to listen somebody else talking, I can just sit quiet and pay attention to that. Finding the mutual or the middle path.